Good morning, Ford, Cammie, and John. It's Grandma here. It's Saturday morning, October 9th, and it's time for Grandma to do her chores. Today, I have to stack the wood in the wood pile. The truck was delivered this week, and I have a giant pile. Let me show you. Here I come, walking around the corner, and wow, look at that giant pile of firewood. How many pieces of firewood do you think are in there? Oh my goodness. Should we count them when Grandma's stacking the wood? I'm going to show you what I have to do today. Here's the wood pile from last year. And look at that. The ivy has grown from under the fence to on top of the wood pile. So before I start stacking the new wood, Grandma is going to remove the tarp. See the brown tarp there to keep the rain from getting the wood wet? I'm going to remove the wood and I'm going to trim the ivy. But when I do that, I have to poke it first to make sure there's no little snakes living in the wood pile because they love to live there. The first thing I need to do is go to the shed and get the tools that I need for stacking the wood. Can I show you the broken windows? Can you see the broken windows up at the top? Daddy and Uncle John did that and they were playing paintball. Okay, inside my shed. Have you ever been in my shed before? Look at all this stuff. This is where I keep my tractor. So I need to get some gloves. So my gloves are over here. My pretty new green gloves. And then I need to pick a tool for cutting the ivy. And this is my favorite pair of shears. That'll cut the ivy for me. And then around the other side of the shed, I need to get my favorite tool for poking snakes and pulling ivy out. And Daddy knows this tool. This is my 3-prong, 4-prong stick. I'm also going to need a tarp to put the ivy on and the leaves. So here's a tarp that I keep in my little buggy wagon. This is my wagon that I attached to my tractor, so I'm going to take that too. Okay, I have my gloves on. I have my spade with the 3 prongs, and now I'm going to start poking at the wood pile to remove the tarp, make sure there's no little snakes in there. Here we go. I have to take off the top pieces of firewood that I used to hold the tarp down. And I'm poking. Now I'm poking. Make sure there's no little snakies in there. Doesn't seem to be any here. Let's see for any little snakies there. No. Okay. It's good to take it off of this section. Now it's time to cut some of the ivy. Look who's in the picture. Look at that silly little trapper. Get your nose out of there, trap. So I'm going to cut this way back to the end of the fence. See these long pieces? Now I'm going to put them on the tarp and start my pile to go to the mulch pile. Uh-oh, look what's growing in Grandma's ivy. It's poison ivy. Can you see that there's 3 leaves there? 1, 2, and 3. That is very poison to my skin. If I touch that and the oil from that leaf gets on my skin, it starts itching and I get a rash. It's very different than this ivy. See, now that ivy just has 1 leaf and lots of little veins in it. This is English ivy, and that, my friends, is poison ivy. So I'm going to very gently cut that with my gloves on, make sure I don't touch it. Okay, I've trimmed back the ivy. Now let's pull back the tarp and see what we see. Look out, trap. Anything? Look out, trap. Uh-oh, it's stuck. Keeps getting stuck. Oh. Oh. Okay, the tarp is off, and look at the wood that was under the tarp is nice and dry. So now let's just remove the tarp that's down on this end. Hopefully I won't have any problems. Here we go. Oh, big tarp, big mess. We pull it back. Pull it back. Trapper's licking up whatever water's in there. Ooh, gross. Look at what's there. Let's uncover this. Okay. There we go. So now I'm going to move the wood from last year all to one side so that I burn that first, because that's the most seasoned and it burns better. I'm almost finished moving the old wood from last year to its own pile. See, there's the wood from last year. It goes up to this fence post right here. So I know in the winter time when I'm taking the wood, I take it from between the two fence posts. And to stop the wood from tumbling down off the pile, Grandma finds a few small pieces of skinny wood and I bang them, I bang them into the ground. I bang them into the ground to hold the wood from coming down. Here we go. That's pretty good. That should hold it. There we go. See how nice that looks? Now the wood won't tumble down. There's another way to keep the wood from tumbling down. I build a little house at the end of the pile and I put two pieces of wood across the other two pieces of wood. So that wood goes that way. You see, goes that way, and then the next row goes the other way. Find some wood here to move with one hand. The next one goes that way. Whoops, hang on. There, so you see? That's like a stack of Lincoln logs, just like Lincoln logs, and that keeps the whole end from falling. So, Grandma has all of her old wood stacked at the end and ready to go for the new wood in place. And you'll see I put some 4" by 4" pieces of lumber on the ground to put the wood on so that it doesn't rot at the bottom. And now I'm going to clean out the rest of the ivy to get rid of that so that it looks like that. Okay, there we all are, all cleaned out, nice and ready for me to stack the woods. I'm going to start at the end of where the fireplace is. That's the fireplace, and that wall will hold the wood. So I'm going to start stacking there. I'm going to try to count. This could take a long time. Okay, there's my first 100 pieces of wood stacked. Let's see what it looks like at the pile. Is the pile getting any smaller? I don't know. A little bit. There's a little bit smaller. See, there's kind of a hole right there. On to the next 100. Okay, we're up to 300 logs. That's 300 logs. There's the old logs from last year at the end. And there's the pile. Is it getting any smaller? Maybe a little bit smaller. Have to keep going. On to the next 100. Okay, 400 new logs, and it goes right up to that tall post there. But look at what's happening. We're running out of space. We're heading into the old log section, and I still have that many logs left in the pile. Oh my goodness, what's Grandma gonna do? I think I ordered too many logs. I might have to double up and make another row. Let's see how many I can get on top of the pile before it falls over the fence. Okay, that is 500 new logs. And you can see the post there where the old pile is. Now, look at this. Look at how many logs we still have to put on the pile. How am I gonna do that? This is terrible. I don't have enough room. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some on top of the old logs, and I can probably get another row on top. But what I'm going to have to do is clean out this mess under the stairs. Ooh, look at how bad that looks. And make a pile there along the stairs. But I might have to go to the hardware store to get some more 4" by 4". Trapper, get out. I've been cleaning around the stairs and Trapper's in the way. I want to show you what I found for it. Come here, Trap. Come here. Come here, puppy. Come here. Good boy. Ford, look what was under the wood pile. Can you see that spotted salamander? I'll get in closer. His tail is up. See, his tail is up? It's hard to see him. I gotta poke him. Let's see if I can get him on the board so we can move him. I could put him in a different place. Come on, little salamander. There we go. See him? Can you see him now? He's a little yellow spotted salamander. I'm going to find a place to put him where it's safe. Okay, there's the salamander. I'm going to put him in the garden over here, away from all the wood. There he goes. He's under the leaf. I think he'll be very happy there. He's away from everything. Bye, salamander. Okay, I'm putting the wood down that I went to Home Depot to get. And I'm starting another little pile coming out from the porch so that the beam supports it. Okay, there's the next 100 right there. That's 100. And that came out to be 600. We're at 600. It's a wood field here. And the pile is getting smaller. I wonder what the final number will be. Will it be 1,000? Probably not. Will it be 800? Probably more than 800. Between 800 and 900, I think. So we're at 600. There we are. We're up to 700. I just added another 100. And I built at the end the little box support, little box column, 2 over 2, and I switched the directions. And the pile's getting a little smaller. There's Trappy in the background. Keep going. Dun da da! We are at 800 logs. 800 new logs. Look at that. And the pile is getting smaller. Ta-da! Grandma is finished stacking the woods. Uh-oh. Look at, you can see right through some of these. I don't think I did a very good job. Look at that. You could see right through to the other side. Should have paid more attention to what I was doing. So look at, there's my little alleyway. So, what's the final number? And I also have some little teeny pieces of wood. I have 2 piles, 1 pile of that. Okay, final number. Between 900 and 1,000. What do you think it is? Is it 925? Is it 972? Or is it 943? Which one? 943. That's how many pieces of wood Grandma stacked that I got, the new pieces of wood, not the old ones from last year. And on top of that, I stacked 217 pieces of kindling wood. And I am exhausted. And let's look for the pile. Where's the pile? That's all that's left of the wood pile. Just a bunch of bark. So there you have it, gang. Hugs to Ford, Cameron, and John, and Mommy and Daddy too. It was a busy day for Grandma. October 10th, I'm pooped. Or maybe it's October 9th. It's October 9th. I'll send another video the next time I do a fun chore. Hugs and kisses to you. Mwah, mwah. Love you and miss you. Bye.